Same series, same world, but new book time. That's right, we're still here on Roshar, but we'll just keep going with this new book here on Cosmere Chronicles, the podcast we follow two first-time readers, Justin and Sheta, and we chronicle their journey through Brand Sanderson's Cosmere series. On today's episode, we'll be chronicling the Stormlight Archive, Words of Radiance. Well, we're just doing a preview, looking at the covers and stuff. So yeah, now let's throw it over to the host of Cosmere Chronicles. This is Joe. Thank you, Joe. Yep, everyone, welcome back. It's Cosmere Chronicles. I'm, host Joe, and I'm here with Justin and Sheta.
Yay!
Whoa, yeah, yay!
Yeah, everyone, do spirit fingers.
What the fuck are spirit fingers?
Justin, how do you not know?
I don't know.
I thought you were a cultured man.
Is it like the shocker?
Yeah,
yes. Close enough.
Okay.
All right, and so we're here, as you heard, this week. We're starting a book. We're previewing Words of Radiance. But before we get into that, there was one thing I wanted to bring up that I forgot to bring up on last week's or 2 weeks ago episode that I wanted to mention. Now, this is something, because I meant to bring it up there, so this is something, I'm not going to elaborate on it. It's just there to maybe make you two a little bit paranoid as you read
What's happening?
So pretty much, in The Way of Kings, in the modern era, so not including the prelude, so just everything prologue to the end, throughout that book, 6 heralds appeared.
What do you mean?
I don't know what that means.
Yep, throughout the book, you saw 6 heralds in that book.
All right.
You already know, Taln, he appeared at the very last page, with Wit. So that means through the rest of the book, 5 other heralds, you did see them.
I knew it.
And I will not elaborate further.
Can I guess? Can we guess?
If you want to.
I will not guess.
You can guess something, but I will not make any sort of response to it at all.
Okay. Zeph? Zeph? Yeah, Zeph and Tef. And then Hoyd. And Taravangian.
You're just throwing out random names.
Well, it's when one characters I feel a little tingle about them being special. And I always thought, they're kind of weird. And the last one I'm going to guess, the guy Moesh wants to kill.
Wow.
That's it?
You figured it out.
Well, I guess that guy did not appear, so unless he
for all you know, he did.
Okay, yep. Those are my guesses.
Taravangian that he wants to kill. That's my new official theory.
Okay, then that's a double up.
His love dry.
You think that Moesh wants to go and kill a king?
Yes, I do.
It's pretty ambitious.
And one other thing I wanted to check, because I should have checked last week, because we had those 3 guys that had you try to figure them out. Can I just give you a hint? It's not going to be much of a hint, but it will be a hint.
No, I don't want a hint. I don't want to know. I like mysteries too much. I don't like them being solved or given to me. If you want to know shit, I can plug my ears.
I don't know, because I also I don't want to be ahead of you if I have some theories that will now
As I said, I can mute Justin or deafen him. The hint's not going to help you.
How do you know?
Yeah, Sheta, it's too interesting. Deafen me and give Sheta the hint.
All right.
She likes those kind of things more than me.
All right, yeah. So Sheta, the hint is you've seen all 3 guys before.
In this
book?
Of
them.
Or just in general?
You've seen them all 3 before.
Okay.
None of them are from Roshar, and all 3 of them are from 3 different planets.
Okay.
So that's the hint.
Okay. Roshar is this world, right? This Way of Kings world? Okay.
Yep, so none of them are from this planet. They're from 3 different planets, and you've seen all of them before. And that's it. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
All right, Justin, can you hear me now?
I can.
Did you hear anything else?
Nope. Just
all
all the mean things you guys said behind my back about me. But that might have been my own insecurities.
Yeah, so I gave Sheeta the hint, but like I said, it's not something where you hear it and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, I know it now.
I expected
But
Sheeta to be like, my god, my whole world's been changed. What even is this book?
Yep.
all right.
I can't believe it was Mystery Inc. who was searching for him this whole time.
All right. So now let's just look forward to Words of Radiance. Yep, so Words of Radiance. So this book, it came out March 4th, 2014. So a little bit under 4 years after, the last one.
I assume other books by him came out between then?
Yep, I said before, there was another series that was kind of like going in between books, between this and this other series that came out. And also the Wheel of Time books did finish. So the final book of that
you
came
gotta
out
tell
in
me, that
2013.
sounds so frustrating if you're just a fan of this one book and you don't care about his other ones, to know that this one's taking longer because he's writing other books that other people love a lot too.
Well, yes and no. Well, so Wheel of Time, that certainly did, put a lot on there and slow him down. But what the book that came out in between this one was just something that he was kind of writing on the side just so he could, because sometimes, if he keeps writing one thing, he gets a little burned out. So he likes to write other stuff kind of on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the other book was something originally started off as a short story. He decided to extend it into a full length book. And then he decided to extend that into a whole series.
Justin, I wouldn't be mad at him if he was working on anything. Like, he's not the worst of writers that I'm following.
You mean if he wasn't going off and writing and developing random episodes of a TV show adaptation you don't even care about? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like he's working and he will get it out eventually. Like, he's working on stuff. He was working, if he says he's working on it, I believe him that it will happen sometime, like, I wouldn't get mad.
Well, shit, I heard
this...
George R. R. Martin just got one more page done of his newest book.
Yeah, I don't need a fucking update every time.
No, he doesn't give updates. That's the thing. He was getting so upset with how people get so angry at him for how slow his updates were for Dance with Dragons. So he decided Winds of Winter, he was not going to update people.
Yeah, I would be mad too. I'd be like, that's what I mean. I don't want to hear anymore.
Like, last year, his blog, the only time there was a mention of Winds of Winter was when he went off on people for complaining about him. Besides that, his blog was like nothing about Winds of Winter.
I used to have a moderate amount of sympathy for that, but at a certain point, you just cannot even argue with people for being mad at you for taking so long. That's crazy. You've been jerking their chain for so long at this point. It's crazy.
Yeah, at this point, it's a problem. Like,
yeah.
And I still think it's better than Patrick Rothfuss with Kingkiller Chronicles. Because with him, he promised at the beginning, I already have all 3 books done. It'll be quick. And he's still working on the 3rd book. And the 2nd book came out before Dance with Dragons. He got it where his editor/publisher called him out on it, saying she doesn't think he's writing it. He had a fundraiser once where, all right, if we raise this certain amount of money, I will publicly release 1 chapter from the book. If you reach that goal, if you raise this, I will have somebody professionally read it. If you reach so he raised a bunch of money for a charity, and he still has not released that chapter. But we're not talking about Patrick Rothfuss or George R. R. Martin. We're talking about Brandon Sanderson here with Words of Radiance, the 2nd book in the Stormlight Archive. So with that, let's just get right into looking at covers. And so for anybody out there, if you want to follow along with us, check out the YouTube page because we will have I'll put a video on there which will include the covers as well. It's going to be one that's going to be labeled as with pictures. So first will be, as usual, we'll start off with the normal US cover. And just like the last book, this one was also drawn by Michael Whalen. You're both muted if you were trying to say anything.
Who is that? I mean, I can only guess that maybe that's Kaladin?
Yes, I think that's Kaladin as well. I don't know who else it would be.
I guess he
like
is
a
holding...
handsomer version of Kaladin.
He's holding a spear, so yeah. And that is Kaladin. Using light, has a spear. Getting weird plants from the desert. That's Kaladin.
I don't like this cover as much as the last one. The last one was more mythic and fantasy. This looks like a freaking shonen.
It is a little more comic booky and a little like young adult novelty. Like
Yeah,
reminds
I would
me of
assume
like
this was a kid's book. Yeah.
What am I thinking of? Like series of unfortunate events, like kind of cartoony.
I don't know at that level, but it definitely looks like freaking like Black Clover or some
Like a light
relatively
novel?
modernish shonen thing, kind of. But I just meant an anime. But yeah,
Um,
I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I like the other one that this guy did better.
Well,
I think-
let's see if
So I will not be reading this book because I judge a book by its cover.
this will change your mind. Because as usual, just like the last one, it does have a extended cover because it goes all the way to the back of the book. So this is the full
right.
image, including the back.
Now this just looks like Mortal Kombat. Okay, I like all the bodies. That's cool.
So that was only half a cover that you were.
So we got a guy in a white ninja outfit on a pile of bodies across a cavern facing Kaladin. So I assume this is Zeph and that's Kaladin, which, if I know what the context is very cool. But if I don't, I would not be sold. However, why would I be starting on book 2? So maybe I know what they're doing.
Yeah, they want you to know these are the characters.
Yeah,
They're
that's
gonna have
true,
a showdown.
Yeah.
But there's a way to do that more interpretively, and where you don't see like the character's face as clearly, like as specifically, So
I certainly like this more than just the first one. The big spiral storm in the background is badass, though. When I can see it without the title covering it.
Yeah, and I always like seeing the shattered plains.
All right, and now we are gonna go to the UK.
No.
Oh wait, no, never mind. First, we'll go with
God.
the graphic audio ones.
Thank God.
And so now this book, the Words of Radiance, this will be the first time that we've had some covers that I've had to not include because I felt that some of the covers were too spoilery.
I hate that.
Wow.
Like their ones were, if it was book 1, probably wouldn't have been a difference, but with book 2, knowing more stuff, it would just, some of the covers would reveal too much. But yeah, so the graphic audio got split into 5 parts. So this is the cover for part 1.
What the fuck? And we got a giant crab guy attacking people, a person on a boulder with crab arms. Am I looking at that right, Sheta?
Yes, that is what's happening.
No, the person is riding on a crab. He doesn't have crab arms.
Oh yeah, no, the boulder has the crab arms.
Yeah,
That's, like,
yeah.
the shell. So they're riding crabs.
I thought that giant crab claw was this person's arm.
That's Kaladin's next evolution of his powers.
So the giant crab thing is obviously the what were they called on the plains?
Chasm fiends.
Chasm fiends, yeah. But then he's coming out of water, which is interesting, actually.
Oh yeah, there's no water on the shattered plains like that, unless they ride a big thing of water into the shattered plains.
Well, the storm Sheta, that would be when there is.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, when the storms fill up the cavern. Or you're okay. Don't do that. You're gonna give me an aneurysm.
The storm will be this wave, and then that thing will come in. Because there's pieces of log, like lumber everywhere, and I think that's like maybe a bridge that got broken and stuff.
I just assumed it was a dock.
A dock is basically like a bridge.
Why are you doing this to me?
All right. Now let's look at part 2 of the graphic audio.
All right, we got a badass night guy holding up a green
Ooh.
The things they pull out of the chasm fiends. Why am I so bad at this?
Gem heart,
sure. And that's pretty cool. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, it's all slimy with guts.
All right. And then we'll go on to part 3.
Well, that fucking changed tone dramatically.
This is now featuring a soft watercolor-like image of two young men in a gay romance novel.
Yeah, Harry Potter and John Constantine in a yaoi ship. That's what I'm looking at here.
This is the book I've been reading.
Oh God, Joe, what are we getting into now? No,
That's Thaddeus and that's Adolin.
I'm actually going to assume this is Adolin and his brother. That's my guess.
They are wearing the blue coat
Mhm.
of their father's colors. So,
But man, they trick you with a knight pulling a fucking heart out of a fucking giant monster he beat, and then they cut to this yaoi shit.
I can't believe this is the third in the series of 5 covers. That's too funny.
Next one's they're gonna be kissing for sure. I call it.
Yes.
What is it? They straight baited you, or what is it in Arrested Development?
Well, sadly, I will not show the next 2 covers because those ones are just too spoilery.
Oh, God damn it, they are kissing.
They do kiss.
Sure. You can go ahead and believe that this book will end with a incestual relationship between Adolin and Renarin.
No.
Ooh, Dalinar's gonna have a field day. Like, I thought I taught you boys better. I shouldn't have left you alone at camp.
Okay, stop. Next cover. Next cover.
All right. Well, Justin, you asked for it. UK cover. That's split into 2 parts. So part 1.
Okay, hey, there's something tangible on this cover. It's not just a bunch of wispy colors. We've got a night guy standing on a white plane with a big red sun behind. This isn't just some like interpretive, like modern art crap. Okay, I approve. Somebody actually drew something on here.
Not dances with colors and shapes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I guess they're learning. Guy's got a spear. He's in armor.
Yeah.
We'll assume this is an interpretation of Kaladin.
Yeah, maybe that's Dalinar's cloak that he's wearing now. And he's a captain, so he's got armor. He does look a little old.
All right.
But maybe
now
we
go
do
on
to the future. That would be pretty crazy.
All right. Now we'll go on to part 2 of the UK version.
And then you got the same thing with a guy in a white cloak and a big red sun behind it. So it seems like Kaladin fighting Zeft is going to be a big part of this book, or is a big clickbait selling point and will barely happen. One of the two.
Finally, more Zef.
I will say, I think these covers look fine. The one thing that just bothers me about them is those suns, with the way they're positioned, looks like they should combine into one, but they can't.
That's true. That's true.
It looks like it should be a combinable cover, but they just move the one sun to. They just don't have them lined up. So when you try to do that, it just doesn't work.
Brits can't do anything right. That's what I've learned from covers of these books. That's completely
shared statement.
Completely based on Brandon Sanderson covers, and I stand by it.
All right. Well, next we'll go to Hungary. Same thing. Their book got split into 2 parts. But unfortunately, I'll only be able to show part 1. Part 1 of them.
Oh, we've got a red-haired lady who I assume is Shallan drawing a big-ass tower in the distance in a blue dress. Not much else to say. Looks fine.
Yeah.
I need to ask you too. Does that tower that she's drawing look similar to you? Does it look familiar?
Isn't that the one they talked about? The thingamajig?
No, that is Minas Tirith from the Lord of the Rings movie. It's like built the exact same as the movie. I guess
we know what the next world of the Cosmere they're going to is.
Because it's the top of it's slightly different, but if you just remove that like flattened top on it, it's like same thing. The rounded city built up in layers right against a mountain. It looks exactly like Minas Tirith.
Oh, maybe Hoyd finds Shallan. And he takes her on his adventures, world-hopping adventures, and they go there.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay.
They go to Middle Earth.
You said Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
You said he reads books and he just picks a character to be Hoyd in every book. Has he revealed who that was in Lord of the Rings?
It's Gollum.
I assume it's a meaningless background character.
I don't know if he had. I know.
Has he ever revealed different books where he said in his mind that was Hoyd? This is totally off topic, but I'm wondering.
The closest, I remember listening to one of his podcasts, he was saying, All right, this character, I don't remember because I was in like 7th grade when I read this book. I think this character might have been who I picked as Hoyd. So some of them he doesn't fully remember.
And can you tell me if you can, is that canon in his head, in his own personal thing, or just for fun?
Probably just for fun.
Okay.
Because I know one thing he said about books he writes is the Earth is not in the Cosmere. So if you ever read a Brandon Sanderson book that has Earth in it or references Earth, it's its own thing. It's not Cosmere.
Well, I didn't think Shallan would be so curvy. I can say that. I thought she'd be more twiggish. So those hungry guys, you know what they're looking for, or what they're hungry for.
Well, they did describe the Hava, like that style of dress. She did describe it as it's meant to like be, it covers most of the body, but also it's form fitting because it shows off the figure more. It was
so this
described
isn't like
as that.
previous international covers where they're just making random shit up.
Yeah. I remember that because it's both modest and also kind of shows stuff off because she was thinking about that like once when it was describing the dress on Yasna.
Did not leave much to the imagination.
Yeah, do we have any Yasna covers to look over here?
From Hungary?
Just since yeah, from Hungary specifically.
I don't know. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Let's see.
All right. But next we're going to Turkey. And with Turkey, a couple different printings of it. This one is going to be, I think the very first printing they had, but this printing, it's from 2019.
They just copied the UK cover, but made the sun purple. It's just a night guy on a white background with a purple sun.
That's true. Copycats.
This guy's turning away, though. That's the big difference.
Why the purple, I wonder? I guess, why the red? So it doesn't really...
The red was because it's blood, because Zeft has the blood from his sword, Purple, I don't know.
And also the UK covers, each series has a different color for it. So like Mistborn was all blue, like Elantris was green, Stormlight Archive was red. All right, now Turkey, now we'll go...
Do we know if it's the same artists or is it just like the kind of in-house style?
No way it's the same artist because this one was actually drawn.
No, I mean from the UK stuff,
That's what I'm saying. These ones are actually drawn.
This is not UK though.
Artist could. I know. I'm talking about the UK ones. They're actually pictures where the other ones were more like vague.
The graphite effect though is similar.
It is.
Maybe he was just feeling lazy before, and after complaints, he finally drew a picture.
Complaints?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a lot of knees over there yelling about this thing nobody cares about?
Like, can you draw something at least? Like...
All right. Now we'll go Turkey. We'll go to 2022. This one was in 2 parts, so this is part 1 from the 2022 covers.
What? Okay, it's the same picture, but now it's like a brownish orange instead of purple, and they just blackened up the whole guy so he's more flat and got rid of the background. What is this? What do they do over in Turkey? Am I crashing out about nothing here, Sheta, or do you agree?
I think you should stop being so hateful of other countries, Justin.
Hey, I like Hungary.
I kind of like this illustrative version of it.
Why?
They changed the helmet, though. Interesting.
Well, it's not the same picture, is it? What is it?
It looks...
My God, I think it is. Just with a different helmet. You're right. Somebody just traced over it. Or just turned up the contrast. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, no, because you can see the line art.
You're right. That is the same image. Just adding horns onto it.
That's so fucking weird, man. So from this, I think we can determine that Kaladin becomes a devil and grows horns, right, Sheta?
Oh.
And that's what this represents.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this is the evil cover.
Yes. Just like those evil Scott Pilgrim covers. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Evil variant covers.
Aren't those ones super expensive?
I don't know. Sheta has one of them.
No, they're actually cheaper in some cases because people want the original covers. Because I think one of them had like Envy Adams on there, and that's more sought after than like one of the Evil X's.
Yeah, I'd want the Envy Adams cover.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you're the one driving up the prices.
Yeah.
I said want. It depends on how much, whether I'd buy it.
I think they're down
But,
from what they used to be.
They did do
To those
reprint, so.
listening who are interested in this in any way whatsoever.
All right. But anyways, let's go part 2 of the 2022 Turkey covers.
Yeah, looks like they did copy the UK covers because the part 2 is Zeph with a weird line of color over him and then a sun in the background.
Did they trace that cover? Almost.
No, they did not trace it.
But the pose is quite similar.
Yeah, they just copied the UK covers.
Wow. Very interesting.
So I praise these UK covers, then I go to these what country are we in? Turkey?
Turkey.
And I just see these terrible, terrible versions.
What if they copied these versions? UK.
These came out in 2022.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Okay, just trying to get my dates right. You don't want to accuse before.
This is all AI. I'm just going to jump to that level.
All right. Well, let's leave that, and then we'll go to Ukraine for their cover.
Hey, we got a sword through like a metallic flowery thing.
It's beautiful metal filigree design. I like this aesthetic a lot. It's a little more romantic and vague. What is that sword though? There's not really like it's probably like a shard blade.
You're like, what is that sword? As if the international covers don't just make up crap just to sell
I know,
it to,
but
like, the
they don't usually feature a sword unless like there's a big sword in the book, so.
No, this is so generic that I bet it could be like any fan. Like I bet they have like a bunch of random generic covers in other countries that they just toss onto whatever fantasy books come in.
Fantasy cover number 5.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's pretty, but also not the vibe of the book, the first book at all. So
We'll see.
unless Shalon gets a blade, and it's a pretty blade.
It's a pretty blade. This is like She-Ra.
Yeah, it's got gems and a lot of pretty swirly fairy stuff on it.
Does that sound like Shalon? Having fairies and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know where the fairies came from. But Kaladin already has a fairy.
Maybe this is Syl's sword. Oh. Okay,
don't keep putting forth your own random joke theory.
All right, let's go on to, now we're going to France. So their book got split into 2, so this is part 1.
So we got a JoJo's character with his arm up on a burning field. That's what I'm saying. Like the random ass textures in his clothes, random ass hat that barely makes any sense, doing a weird pose. That's what
I legit thought that was like tiger print on him. Like, I was like, wow, who's in the cat suit? Like,
that's got to be some very form-fitting shard plate.
No, that's got to be.
What about Carapace?
Nope. No, this is Sadius. What are you talking about, Sheta?
Sadius, he's fabulous.
It looks like the character is holding an energy magic in his hand, so I assume it's actually supposed to be a very effeminate Kaladin.
Yeah, it's got a spear.
I don't see a spear.
Yeah, in his hand, there's a sphere.
Oh, sphere. I thought you said spear. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sphere. Yeah.
This stance is also very not.
That's what makes it a JoJo's pose.
It's like,
are you sure it's not a Parshendi?
It doesn't look like a Parshendi to me.
Joe, Parshendi are animals. They would never look like a beautiful prince.
And he doesn't have dark skin. He has very light skin. Parshendi are like black, like actually the color black, aren't they?
Yeah, black and red mottled skin.
Mm-hmm. It depends. They can be black, red, and white marbled.
Oh, they can be white marbled? Okay, then maybe this is a Parshendi. Parshendi are a lot hotter than I expected.
That's what Dalinar said.
That is not what Dalinar said.
He did. He's like, this Parshendi is pretty
native.
hot.
He's got a Parshendi
Might be a woman. That's a real quote from Dalinar.
Yeah. What a woman, he said.
Like, this one's got nice boobs.
Yeah. Dalinar.
All right. Now we'll go to part 2 of the French covers.
Hey, that's got to be Zeph sitting very precariously on a mountain. I don't know how he's keeping his footing.
He's
there.
not, well, with his magnet powers, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It must be. He's got a giant tattered mist cloak, basically, and it's a snowy background behind him.
I wondered, we have not really seen. Oh, I'm not imagining these snowy mountains, even though we do see a lot of mountains. This is not the kind of image or landscape we usually see, unless it's Zeph goes to the North Pole.
Santa was on his list. Is that what you're saying?
This is the next person on your list.
And he's like, Taravangi's like, I have one more for you. And he's like, no, not him. And it's just Santa Claus.
He just brings happiness to children. That's what you thought.
I do like how these French covers do also go along with the vibe of the French covers in the first book too.
Oh, that's fun.
Here,
I do appreciate when they consider the collector in these covers.
Yeah, I'll just throw on. These were the 2 French covers for Way of Kings.
Pretty.
Yeah, those do continue on. Hey, I actually know what this bridge is now. That was such a confusing. I thought this was a guy being led into a Sarlacc pit, basically.
Yeah, I really remembered this one.
Okay. Next, we'll go Germany. Their book also got split into 2 parts. So here's part 1.
That's so interesting that they got split up. When did they split up the books?
Well, when they got published, because sometimes when they're really big, they split into 2.
Yeah, remember, Sheta, overseas, they try to grift you for more money by having you charge double for a book.
What?
I meant, what part in the book did they cut? Like, where's the intermission? At what point in the story?
That I don't know. I might be able to find out where it's split in the UK, but I can't guarantee that's the same spot where they split it in like Germany and France and that stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a set.
In the Way of King, in the Way of Kings, I know the English version, the UK version, it split right when Shallan stole the Soulcaster. So like the last Shallan chapter was her stealing a Soulcaster, and the last Kaladin chapter was him surviving a high storm.
Okay.
But I don't know where it splits it in Words of Radiance. If somebody wants to let me know in the comments, and I'll bring it up when we get to that part in the book.
I am sorry, I just realized that in French this book is called The Archives of Roshar instead of The Way of Kings. That's weird.
How do you know that?
Because it says Les Archives de Roshar, and I can assume les and de mean the words that would make sense. I know les means the, so de I assume means of.
So,
but the Words de Radiance, though, that's good.
Yep. Archives means words, and Roshar means radiance. Yep, you got it. Oh, you mean above that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that looks, yeah. But down to where are we? Germany?
Yeah.
This looks like the cover for, all right, you've got a guy with a red cape standing on an island in the middle of a bunch of water or a big wasteland with some like temple ruins and a big sunrise in the background. I'm not into this Der Nummer 1 bestseller chore. I don't like it.
This also feels a little like generic fantasy adventure.
Yeah, that's why it could be anything.
Like, we don't know who this character is or where they're at.
To be honest, all the German covers have always felt like that. They've all been like just stock footage, it felt like. Because here's part 2.
Just that same red-caped guy standing on top of a giant tower, looking over a big green lush environment with some kind of like two towers in the distance. So unless they go to a very different environment, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's funny that no one really carries a sword like that and has a red cape specifically, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, who is this character? It's not Dalinar. It's not Kaladin. It's nobody. Like,
yeah, because Thaddeus' armor is red, but his colors are green.
And why
Like
the
his
F
cape-
would it be Sadius? Like,
He's the main character of this book.
I figure he's just not a character anymore.
No way. He's going to be a character for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like this was his big thing that he's known for is betraying Dalinar, you know.
But now he has his shard blade.
He's got to be a huge character for sure.
He's just gonna eat his words when they show up with like 1,000 shard blades.
I can't believe you're turning on Sadius already, Sheta.
I'm just saying he would not be the cover of these on the cover of these two
Right.
books.
Anything else about these German covers you guys want to talk about?
No, there's nothing to talk about.
They didn't put
All right.
effort in. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, so I'm not going to either.
All right, so now we'll go with China.
All right, here we go. What the fuck? We've got a dude in like, it looks like crab armor. Yeah, so I assume that's a Parshendi fighting underneath a tree filled with pictures of random people. There's
This is
Shalon drawing. There's a little girl. That's got to be Yasna. I see some crabs. This is a weird ass fucking cover, man.
It
There's a
is like
fucking guy
a
in the
I
cloak.
Spy
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
weird I Spy puzzle.
yeah.
Unless all these characters meld into a giant creature,
No, it's a tree.
a tree creature.
Man, this is an interesting, weird ass cover.
This hurts my eyes to see.
Yeah. There's a couple shirtless guys, but I can't see them because their heads are covered by Brandon Sanderson
Where?
at the top, above the little girl.
Oh, okay. Those might be the gods or
Yeah.
heralds.
I want to know who this cloak guy is. He's cool.
I want to know who the little girl is, which is the first character I saw. There's no little girl unless that's supposed to be Syl. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I like this cover. This is cool. This is and see, when I go to another country, I want it to be like the most stereotypical shit I've ever seen. And this looks like, if you told me, I would guess this was the Chinese cover.
That's true. If I went to a Chinese bookshop, was browsing, and I saw this, and I was like, oh, "This is their Words of Radiance."
I'd be like,
book?
yep.
That's pretty awesome. It's the black background too. Very stylish.
Yeah, I'd be impressed. Like these other ones, I couldn't tell you what country they're from. That one, I can.
Next, we'll go to the other China, Taiwan.
Is that your way to cover all your bases? I think you just pissed off everyone there, Joe. I think you did the opposite effect.
What? Here we go. Well, then we'll go the Olympic version, Chinese Taipei.
All right, that's pretty classy. Looks like Shalon looking down. Is that a photo though, or a very detailed drawing?
It looks like like a photo collage.
Okay, pretty classy.
I like these kind of like country aesthetics that are specific to different countries, showing up on things like this. Like the border is very like oriental feeling. Though this feels more like a movie cover to me than a book cover.
That's because of all the words at the bottom. That looks like the cast.
Yeah,
and
produced
director.
by.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Brandon Sanderson
And then
produced.
based on the
directed.
novel by Brandon Sanderson.
Mm-hmm. And the top, like, what are all the other words for? You know,
Well, I can't read any of them besides Words of Radiance, so I couldn't tell you.
like starring this actress in.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's just Words of Radiance in kanji.
One of them is, but the words above it, I doubt it.
And
Stormlight
below.
Archive? Yeah, and sadly, some of the covers that I do think look really cool, like, every single book, it's like Bulgaria always looks cool. I had to cut out the Bulgaria covers because they were just too spoilery.
Oh, man.
But now we'll go with Romania. Their book got split into two, so here's part one of Romania.
All right, an army in front of a purple castle. They're all blacked out and silhouetted artsily. I have nothing more to say. I'm not into it. Fantasy Masters is apparently who published this.
Also kind of generic,
Mhm.
but at least, I don't know.
Wait a minute. This guy on a horse is an elf.
That horse is a unicorn.
Horse is a unicorn. So we've got an elf riding a unicorn in front of an army. I don't know what the hell book we're about to read.
We're gonna introduce elves and unicorns in this book.
What the fuck?
I guess I forgot to mention that Rhyshadium are unicorns, apparently.
I guess so.
Now
And that
That is
Dalinor's
Dalinar.
love for his horse is now completely changed. Like now it's a magical unicorn.
All the clues were there. You were right all along about him, Sheta.
All right, then let's go to part 2 of Romania's cover.
It's the same cover, but an army is going the other direction.
Uh-huh.
These character designs are weird. Is it just me, or does this first guy look like he's like a native warrior in like raggedy pelts?
Yeah, or some
And
kind
then-
of woodland elf.
This guy on the other side looks like he's Don Quixote or something.
Yeah. That's like definitely like an old
Yeah,
Chinaman
got-
merchant.
yeah. Like you've got like a Viking or Native American guy, a European guy, and like a Spaniard as the cover. What is this?
Yeah, speaking of random clip art, this is
Yeah,
like the
And
the
they're
winner.
gonna go fight an elf and a unicorn with like we've got like what is this? Like a paladin knight, a knight
Man.
templar, and a frickin' Atlantean. That's what I see.
How do people get these jobs? Like it's so much of a cluster. You got layers of people and then just like kind of a gradient and then all this like mist brush that they're using and then the grass brush in the front. Like I think it's just they took an afternoon to make this cover.
I'll be honest, I think it looks kind of cool, especially if you combine them, because it looks like two armies going after each other. It's just kind of weird once you pointed out that it's an elf on a unicorn.
The
don't really
silhouettes are
First one
random.
very much, but I kind of do like the second one because of the way that the army becomes white in front of the purple moon thing. I think it looks pretty classy. The myth, like you said, is pretty fucking random.
Yeah, the silhouettes. I'm like, it is kind of an army of random peoples, but this is, it just feels very random and generic to me.
No, I do believe your clip art theory. It makes too much sense.
All right. And then now we'll go to Poland. They have two different covers. This first one's going to be the first cover from 2014.
Hey, straight up Templar with a big sword. This is definitely not the aesthetic of the of the world. He's got like
Nice.
a cross helmet thing. He's
I
dressed
think
all
I've
in
seen this
black.
guy's TikTok.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just people who wear this kind of armor and do random stuff,
Yeah.
like pose like this. Also generic, I don't know.
Yeah, like generic goth kill the heretics kind of cover. That's what I'm saying. I want to read this book. This looks fucking awesome. It's like a fucking spooky castle in the background.
It's like,
ash
what?
everywhere.
Let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
fuck some shit up in
Yeah.
that castle. Like,
Yeah. I would read this book.
it has
I'd
a
be so
metal
disappointed.
soundtrack.
And the title's all metal. You see that effect on it? Like it is
Yeah, like-
metal.
It's grungy.
Yeah, this is fucking cool. I would be so disappointed to pick up this book and read nothing to do with this.
The battle scenes could be pretty metal.
Oh yeah, and it'd be like, oh no, I think killing is wrong. That would be the plot I'm reading.
Oh, I'm
instead.
gonna throw up from the violence.
Yeah, what do you mean throw up, bro? I thought we were here to kill everybody.
Kill all
Alright.
heretics. That's what I thought
Mhm.
we were gonna hear for.
I will write this book because this looks cool.
All right. Now we'll go to the later printing from Poland. This is 2020.
All right,
Mm.
another Shalon. She's got a big piece of paper and a little drawing thing in her hand. Yeah, this one's cool. This one makes sense. This feels more like the book.
It's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate covers that look like they're actually trying to do the characters. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's got her safe hand covered. She's got
Oh,
kind
you're
of
right. That's cool.
a Chinese or style dress, but not its kind of fantasy version.
It looks like a fantasy dress, like it's trying to
Like
make up a new style,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
Someone designed this dress based on the descriptors, and
However,
yeah.
it's still dark colors of the first cover, and like all this bloody shit in the background, so it's still pretty metal.
Yeah, no, the dress is metal. It's black with silver
Mhm.
fastenings.
Yeah, this
Like,
is
this is-
fucking cool.
I would buy this dress. It's really it's pretty. Yeah, I like the aesthetic and everything. And there's a little bit of magic sparkles coming out of her pen and her paper.
All right, and sadly, no Japanese covers. I don't think this book was translated into Japanese.
No,
Aw,
those are the
man.
best ones. But they did the first book, right? Did it just not sell well?
Yep. I'm gonna guess so, yeah, because when I try to look up, yeah, there was, I don't think, let me just double check again. Alright. Yeah, I don't think it's translated into Japanese.
That sucks.
Yep. So those are all our covers we have for now. Oh wait, but one last thing I wanted to show you. Not a cover, but when you open Words of Radiance, pretty much first thing, there's another like painting that Michael Whalen did. So it's like right when you open the book, like one of the first things. So just this cool image that's inside.
Oh, hey.
Pretty.
Shalom, sitting on Sheta, the way these plants look, this just looks like underwater,
Yeah,
You're
it does.
theorizing about this being the ocean. And she's got a weird little crab guy who's standing upright with little arms next to her.
It's a little friend,
Yeah,
This
is this
is
a little
her-
like fucking like
Sebastian.
yeah, cartoon animal sidekick she meets who she sings to? That's what this looks like.
He's gonna be like, "Hey, Shalon." Like, maybe she gets a little spren like how like Syl, but he's like like a little chameleon guy.
There's a war camp in the far distance, so that's pretty cool. I do notice that he does not interpret her dresses as tight as the other two covers did, Joe.
It is a little baggier, little flowier. Well, but again, I appreciate the safe hand being covered. Like, that's a nice detail. I would be like, "Hey,
I
this
know they'd
cover's
never.
too
Yeah,
provocative." Like,
yeah, that is cool. I know they'd never do it, but I like this better than the cover. I would be more interested in this.
I think this was the original plan for the cover.
And then they
could be
realized
wrong.
that was a terrible, terrible idea. Is that it?
I think originally Michael Whalen was doing this for the cover, and then like the publisher or somebody told him not to or something like that, so they switched to the other one. I could be
They
wrong
made
at that,
a
but that's
choice.
something that
Girls
I heard.
Drawing is
they're
not
like,
gonna
"You did it
sell as well
backwards."
as Badass Warrior.
Like, if this was
That's
a
true.
wraparound, it would be backwards, so they'd have to flip the
maybe
image.
maybe it wasn't. I like the way he draws the planes. They look really cool.
Yeah, they look definitely shattered.
I hope in the show or movie they take this as inspiration on how to do it. I know they won't, because everything's just going to be like that modern, hyper desaturated. Clearly, they're just on that, what is it, the volume kind of bullshit they do stuff on now. But it would be cool if they did something for real instead.
Justin, I've been saying that for years.
What have you been saying for years?
It would be cool if they did something real.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Okay.
you're going to keep saying it, I think.
Okay. So I was wrong on what I was saying. So I guess Michael Whalen originally he did the cover we have here, and then he was reading the book. Then we finished it. He's like, you know what? I do feel like Shalon should get some representation. So he drew this picture in order to put it inside the book.
Well, it's cool. I like it.
Let's see.
And also the original Kaladin cover. I didn't mention it earlier, but it was one where he did have to change it because the first time he drew it, Kaladin was holding a sword in it, and then like I think Sanderson or the publishing company had to tell him to switch it to a spear.
You dumb fuck.
Kaladin hates swords. You have to change it.
Let me see if I.
Yeah, shit, and you shouldn't be worried about your casting because these covers weren't. The official ones, I mean.
Oh yeah, I feel better now.
Like, if that mattered, it would be brought up in the book,
Yeah.
I guess it just switched the angle that Kaladin was holding his spear.
Mm.
Like the pose he was in.
That's not an easy ask for a painted cover. Jesus. Like, can you just change the entire pose quickly?
Oh, okay. I suppose I'll just oil paint this into a sphere.
But let me save this. But Kaladin does kind of look like Rambo in this original cover.
What?
I'd say the characters share a lot in common.
What the hell do the characters share in common? He does. That's
they
fucking
want to-
badass.
They want to survive. They want to die. You know? Oh,
Dude, this cover is lamer. That's true. That's funny.
Yeah, because it looks like this one, he's touching like probably a gem heart there instead of just having his fist down on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I wonder now with this cover, like, is Kaladin going to cover up his slave mark with the Rambo bandana?
Let's hope so. That'd be cool.
If he's like, you know, people in the camp keep giving him looks like, why is this slave bossing us around? And he's like, well, I'll just cover it up then if they can't handle it. See, then he would be like Rambo.
Rambo didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. He put on the blood-soaked wrapping that girl had.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Right.
That's no further explanation needed.
All right. So now I'm going to ask you, which covers were your favorite?
You know, I don't know what it is, but I feel somewhat partial to the Hungry cover. I can't quite explain why, though.
Because it does the comic book pose of ass and boobs. Is it?
Get them both in the shot.
Yeah.
And then second, I'm going to go with China. No. What was the metal one? What country was that?
Poland?
Yeah, Poland. I'm going to go with the second Poland cover.
The metal Shalon one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's my favorite. And then I like the painting of Shalon too. Sitting on the cliff.
Least favorite cover, easily Germany.
I'll do an honorable mention to the unicorn.
The unicorn.
All right. So now let's go and I'll have you two. You've looked at the covers. You already have read one book, so it won't be as hard. So now give me, what is the plot of this book, beginning to end?
Shalon and Yasna go to the Shattered Plains. Things are happening, but they're not that exciting. But then eventually, Zeph shows up. Kaladin has to fight him. They have a big epic fight. A lot of people die because there's all those bodies. Then some crab people come in, and they start using Gem's hearts themselves in the sky. There's a war. There's possibly a unicorn involved, but maybe not. And then a hooded figure reveals himself, and Shalom draws something very important to be continued.
You just looked at the covers and did some BS made up stuff.
Made up stuff based on the covers.
Order.
That's what's going to happen.
You're stupid. Okay, I think this book will focus on hunting for, or people hunting for the shard, the hearts, and that they do some kind of new power. So I think there will be some experimenting on Shalon and Yasna's part. And then in the meantime, Dalinar has tasked Kaladin and his, like, a couple of his people to kind of like hunt and find this mystery assassiner. And so they're kind of doing it back and forth all on the plains and stuff like that, trying to find him before he kills Dalinar. So I think it will be experimenting with chasm fiends and the gem hearts, and Zeph and Kaladin fight or do a cat and mouse type thing in the Shattered Plains.
You're gonna do a cat and mouse thing.
Yeah, like more like Wile E. Coyote in Roadrunner kind of thing.
That's that's where you got that thought from.
Yeah, they're in the desert.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I hope, yeah. But just from what also Sigsoul said, there's going to be experimenting with Kaladin's powers too. And so, yeah. So lots of, I hope, discovering and experimenting with powers and gem hearts and shard plate and all that stuff.
All right. So, yeah. So that's us looking forward to that. Next, we are gonna, I've had a bunch of because the last few episodes have all been long, we have a bunch of the comments and stuff stacking up, so we'll just go through those that we have. So first one's from Hero of Ages, chapter 6 through 13, from Andridos 13. He had a little timestamp from, about an hour, 8 minutes in, where I guess Sheta and I were talking about doing like a Mistborn musical, and Justin's just like, I don't want any of this shit. And then their response was just, maybe they could call this musical a hero for all ages.
Oh, God. Don't encourage them.
All right. And then from Way of Kings, chapters 59 through 62. First from Old Chad. Concerning Amaram not remembering Cal, he was a random kid from a small town back when he first met him. Not the guy who killed a freaking shard bearer in front of him. I think the memory would stick better after that.
No, certainly so.
Yeah, that's good.
And then from Reader Warrior, I'll put down the Ultra Matrix for the best fictional weapon. I think that's from Ben 10, I think.
Never seen a single episode.
All right. Then from chapter 60, the Heralds, are different from the Radiants, who have the life before death motto.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
He was just saying, because I think there might have been some confusion, but the Heralds were like the 10 people who gave up at the prelude at last one and left the one guy behind. That they're different than the Radiants, who are like pretty much a whole like knighthood that had the powers.
Okay.
Just sometimes people get it kind of confused, especially in the first book.
Right. Yeah, I think I knew that. I don't think I ever said anything that implied I didn't, but I don't remember.
I think that I was
because there were only a couple of the heralds, right? Right?
Yeah, I was kind of using them interchangeably sometimes.
And then Rosetta Stone, Dalinar, but as a Rosetta Stone.
Oh, I thought you were saying a person's name who left a comment.
No.
I was very confused.
Still from this. Right. They translate the Dawn chant, and it's just step one on how to make a shard blade.
I mean, it's something like that, I think.
Chapter 61. We saw in the prologue that Dalinar was passed out drunk.
Yeah. I know. I already answered this when Sheta asked it. Same answer.
Yeah.
I try not to ever forget that. That's such a weird aspect to his past character.
It shows how different he is now.
Mm-hmm.
This next one, chapter 62. Wait, pause. Does Sheta seriously just propose to take an enslaved person, tie his hands together, put a blindfold around his eyes, cover him in the skin of his kin, and throw him into a literal war zone?
What is the context here? I don't know.
She was coming up with the plan to, all right, take Shen, just tie up his hands, throw a blindfold on him, and throw the body parts of the other Parshendi and throw him out front because they won't try to kill him.
Well, I see the confusion here. He thinks that Parshendi are people. We all know that they're like him.
Yeah, that was the suggestion.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah.
All right, and then from the theory segment, ignoring the fact that Kaladin was enhanced by Stormlight, he proved that if they just gave the bridge crews armor/shields, they'd do an even better job.
No, because they wouldn't shoot at him the same way. Sadeas, I don't like Sadeas, but he knows that if they're not able to kill them, they're not going to think they're doing that much and just shoot for the bridgemen and the army at the very least instead of just the bridgemen. That's my opinion.
And then from the responses segment, Sheta does her I have a theory line at least once an episode.
Yeah, she does.
And then, first of all, I thought you said live action Star Wars movie. Second, what do you mean, Justin, that it wasn't confirmed to be Rex? It was his armor and decal and took place in the Siege of Mandalore. Those are pretty obvious clues.
The homeless one?
Yeah.
I think the clone in
Ahsoka. That was not Rex. Rex he fought in the war. That's confirmed. He was at the end of Return of the Jedi. He wouldn't be a homeless bum like that. Or no, this was based before that. No, I don't think so. Because Rex, they found him I'm trying to remember my timelines here. You know what? I'm going to solve this for myself. I'll just look it up on the wiki. That'll tell me.
Guess Tamora Morrison as Captain Rex.
If so, then that's a fucking stupid use for the character. He would not be there like that.
I don't
But
know.
it is
I haven't
Obi-Wan,
watched.
so fuck that. Doesn't matter anyways.
No, this was Ahsoka.
In Ahsoka?
Yeah. I don't know. I've never watched Ahsoka, and I don't plan on it, so I can't say anything.
Well, then I was thinking of the entirely wrong thing. I don't remember him in there. Do you, Shita? I remember.
I vaguely remember something with Ahsoka, and I don't know though. I don't remember exactly.
Oh, he was
Yeah.
in the flashback episode. That's the only time I can think of him in there. I don't think he was in the show, unless I really missed something. I think we're all confused and talking about 5 different things here. I think that's what's happening.
All right. Well, let's
Yeah,
move
he
on.
is in the flashback episode, though. I'm seeing that. That I remember, and that was cool. The rest of it, though, yeah.
All right. Let's just continue from now. Now we're going on to The Way of Kings, chapters 63 through 66, from Alcald 946. So I have something for the chapter name of The Tower. In one of the Kaladin flashbacks, his dad makes a reference to a game where you throw a hand of cards or something to determine the outcome. The Queen's an outright win, the Butcher is a mixed hand that might win or lose, but the Tower is a hand that's an outright loss. No Alethi army has ever won on the Tower area, so they should have known it's a losing hand.
I think it's funny, like a lot of writers like to do game comparisons, whether it's like a game of chess or a game of poker or something. It's funny for him to make up a card game in his own book and then make that a reference like that. Like the Tower, yep, from the classic Tower game.
All right. Next from Koval Patro 28. Justin Sheta, I do not envy you. Stopping here for 2 weeks is brutal, but God does work in mysterious ways. I totally agree with Justin about Zeth. Dude has a most powerful weapon on planet. Stop whining about killing people and say no. If someone challenges you, you cut their legs and walk away into a sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And then next from J. Ramirez, 34. I'm disappointed that Sheta has become soft pro Sadius. She goes from beginning of the episode with the Sadius did nothing wrong take to the end of the episode using divine intervention to justify Sadius being evil. I was so hoping she would keep a strong pro Sadius stance throughout the series.
I was surprised by that too, Shit. I thought you were going to be ride or die with Sadius.
Well, I'm still not against him. I think he's doing what he
but
thinks.
justifying that he was actually the good guy here.
Oh, yeah, well, that would have just gotten too ridiculous, I think.
All right. Then from Reader Warrior, all right, teacups easily. Talking about like favorite Disney ride. And then asking Disney World or Disneyland. And then chapter 66. By the time y'all probably hear this, you'll probably have finished the book. But it would be utterly hilarious if Renarin was the one you guys been theorizing about. He's Sadius' stable boy. Or if he's the one who's been collecting the death rattles. Or if he was the one who tried to assassinate Elokar.
Sheeta, you're the only one who distrusted him.
Yeah, very nearly. I mean, I hope you saw the episode where I apologized for being so suspicious of Renarin. Yeah, but I did think he was responsible for a lot of the most evil things.
And then from the theory segment, why is Elokar labeled as insane, but Gaz, experiencing something quite common, has magic powers to see into Shadesmar?
I don't know how common it is to see like phantom figures in the corner of your eye, but he's definitely seeing magical things.
It's just that Gaz has a magical eyeball.
Yes,
all.
That is it. Yes,
that's the biggest difference.
Well, actually, it never said that Gaz was actually seeing something.
Oh, we all know. We all know.
He said that he felt like something was watching him from where he couldn't see.
Now that kind of phrasing is magical.
Mm.
All right.
Gaz never showed up again, and that really bothered me. I really thought he would.
Yeah, at least maybe an epilogue. Gaz was in pain because his eyeball was being taken over.
Something like
Just
that.
something.
Maybe not that, but something like that.
Well, do you think he'll show up again, or do you think it's just something where Sadius' people killed him off screen?
I don't think they'd kill him. I think that killing him off screen, they would have worded it different. Because it would have been. He's such a big character. I think it would have been more explicit. That's my personal feeling.
It's too much of a missing thing for him to have been such a prominent and reoccurring character for Kaladin.
Yeah. I would be very disappointed if he was just gone and dead and that was it.
Fair. Kaladin is going through a lot of changes right now, so maybe he forgot about poor little Gaz, but
my hope is that Gaz got turned into a bridgeman at the last second and he accidentally got freed and will be a character here working under Kaladin. That's my hope.
Would be so funny. It's like, reporting for duty, all grumpily. Gaz like the
All right. Next, from Way of Kings, chapter 67 through 69. This one was posted on Threads by Doomnado. Listening to the Cosmic Chronicles podcast, and I'm so jealous, and I'm so envious that they got to read the saying of the second ideal for the first time. If there's one series I could go back and read the first time, it's Stormlight Archive.
Yeah, it's always, you never know while you're reading it, or things, that it's going to be your favorite thing you've ever read. So I hear that.
That's a really good part.
All right, and then from Al Chad, I know how the story goes, but Shea's comment of Cal telling Amaram he's got something that belongs to me just sparks really funny image in my mind where Cal steps into Amaram and is like, "You were right, bitch. I want it back," and then just stabs him.
Let's hope so.
Also, I hate to be Amaram's advocate again, but Tien was, in my opinion, a team effort. I think Amaram meant what he told Liren, but when recruitment got tough, he likely pulled from reserves or messengers, and Tien got caught in that. He was supposed to stay in deep reserve, but once assigned, a squad leader probably used him however they could. I still hate defending Amaram, but if he micromanaged like, that kid, I want him fighting, the army would fall apart.
I don't blame him exactly for the death as a general. I have no idea if he ran the war well or if he ran it like shit. I do blame him for making promises just so he doesn't have to feel bad to people. That's my thing. When he knows full well there's a good chance this boy will die.
Yeah,
it's
still a promise you didn't really care enough to keep. Yeah,
just don't make the promise. You don't legally, you don't need to do anything to convince them to let you take them. You legally can, So don't do that. It's just terrible,
Oh no,
that's
it's just an excuse. Oh, it's my under management people that did that. You were still...
Yeah, fuck you. What do I care? Why'd you tell me that? Oh no, my son's going to die. Don't worry, I'll make sure he doesn't. Years later, he dies. Who are you? I don't even remember saying that.
Also, Sheta, got your skeleton stripper book title. Boners. Let me know if you need something else. Always glad to help.
Why are we still talking about this? Why?
Oh my gosh.
Don't encourage her.
Also, Kaladin being like, you're in charge now, not being questioned. If all the officers I know are dead and someone tells me, you know what, you're in charge, I'm not going to go, you don't have the authority to say that. We can sort that out after we are out of mortal peril. And Adolin settling for Cal to rescue his father, he did fight through an army to get that far, so that would lend him some credit in my eyes.
I just think it's funny because only a certain type of person could get away with that. Because if somebody else came up to you, you'd be confused. You'd be like, who are you? But if he says it with enough authority, you're just like, yes, that makes sense. That sounds true,
Yep. Authority is what you put into it, and it's also, that showing up there, this is a guy who obviously just made it here somehow. I'm not going to question the what he's done, Yeah, for sure.
Next from TechSoul5590. I blimmin' love you freaks. Thanks for being back.
Blimmin', I haven't heard that one before. What's that one? What's that from?
I don't know.
I like it though.
It's just for us.
Then from Adel8. Yeah, these chapters have some of my favorite scenes ever. Besides the obvious badass moments you guys mentioned, I have the chills, get when Syl realizes she is honor spread. When the minor characters or background characters like Cobalt Guard and Bridge 4 are just risking their lives to save others because it's the right thing, the honorable thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And Navani painting the giant symbol because she sees the signs. So that's her way of telling them that she knows.
Yep.
And then
those couple last chapters have some of the best moments.
And then from Reader Warrior, Justin, I see your Animorphs and raise you Magic Treehouse.
I didn't read a lot. I read a little bit, not a lot. I do know there are a lot of books in the series, though.
I believe I read them. I don't remember. Is that the one where they go into a treehouse and like travel back in time to like medieval Europe or stuff like that?
I'm gonna assume so. I don't remember enough about them.
That was Wishbone.
That was not Wishbone.
No, Wishbone was just taking classical works and
don't fall for Sheta's troll bait.
Fine, but if I'm wrong about Magic Treehouse, I do have the entire. I could solve it easily by searching it, but I'm not going to right now.
On a side note, Blimmin is UK slang. I looked it up.
Okay.
Ooh, now he's gonna be mad.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I've been bad mouthing UK covers all this time.
All right. Next, chapter 67. Kaladin spoke the first ideal, the model of the Radiance, chapters ago, but soon it'll be time for him to swear the oath of his order, the ones who swear to protect and bond with honor spread. Was Syl attracted to Kaladin's latent honor, or did she inspire it within him and by extension Bridge 4?
Mm-hmm. That's the question she asks.
Yeah. What came
Very
first, the chicken or the egg?
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's something that I don't think they're ever going to officially answer that in these books. I think that's always going to kind of be a question.
These words are accepted. Kaladin Stormblessed rises and dawns the returns of Radiance, Surge Binding, and the Windrunners. Chapter 68. The Visions are messages from the internet thing reminds me of this old Tumblr post joking about the Oracle of Delphi in ancient Greece, just spewing memes and stuff. Oh, Oracle, what do we do? Right foot, left foot, stomp. Freeze!
I don't know enough about memes to follow half of what was just said.
You don't understand memes, Justin. You just feel them.
Oh, okay.
Also, I think that right foot, left foot, is that like cha-cha slide? Is that...
Dude, your ass, I don't know.
I only remember it because I used it as a joke in a story that I wrote. All right. Then from chapter 69, nice. All right. Sanderson, Navani and Dalinar embrace. Sheta, ah yes, they make out with tongue.
He got to second base for sure.
He did not get to second fucking base.
Yeah, he did. The door was closed.
This was when he returned from the battle.
Yeah. Sheta, Dalinar's not the kind of guy who's like, I finally admit my love to you. Finally, I can get a good handful. Just as I've wanted all these years.
He almost died. I would get a couple handfuls in if I almost died.
Understand Dalinar.
That's what you would live for.
Mm-hmm.
The way y'all spoke on how people forget why rules and laws were made reminds me of the West Wing's episode on privacy and the government, and how there is no listed recognition of it in the Bill of Rights. Was it meant to codify the important ones, or list the only rights to be recognized?
I don't know.
Well, I would argue that search and seizure should count for privacy, but no one would agree with me.
Also, Dalinar's answer to the near unregulated capitalistic enterprise of gem hearts in the Shattered Plains is to socialize it.
That's not wrong. He's stealing it all for the king and then distributing it out as they say.
I don't really think that's socialism because you're already part of a monarchy. You're just pretty much paying the taxes to the monarchy.
Yeah.
You're just kind of going with that feudal system more with how it's going.
You mean what socialism turns into?
Yeah.
I was just thinking more just like the, Middle Ages England and stuff.
Yeah. But when the government's got to seize everything like that, I don't think there's a one-to-one comparison, but I am curious to see what Brandon Sanderson's politics are. That would be interesting to learn, actually. I could guess a little bit from his books, but not really.
A true act of goodwill always sparks another. Then from the theories and prediction segment, Neshua Kodal could just translate to glow stick person. It doesn't necessarily mean a name.
I don't remember what that was part.
The Parshendi were saying it and like backing away from Kaladin.
I see.
And then, if Kaladin needed Syl to get his powers, then does that mean that everyone else needs a therapy pixie to become a Night Radiant Surge Binder magic user?
I think we talked about that, yeah, because that is an interesting question.
I can't imagine Moash getting one unless he's got a really cool spread.
And then from The Way of Kings, chapter 70 through the epilogue. First from Insightful Ninja 6642. He's the one where before he was saying he was going through, got caught up listening at like 2 times speed. And Justin's just like, oh man, I hope he's actually read the books. Or Sheta said that. All right. All caught up now. And yes, I have read all the books with the exception of White Sand. Also loved... Oh, yep. And I look forward to the fan castings.
Yay.
Also loved what? Was that a spoiler?
It said also loved, and pretty much it's Justin casually predicting something that was completely true.
Oh, okay. Well,
but not something where you like thought about it. You just said it out, and it's just like that is so much closer than you'd expect.
That's funny.
And then from Deck Ha, I found it funny how in this episode Sheta never even attempted to give Taravangian the same path she gave Sadeas in terms of maybe he's being guided for a purpose too argument.
Oh, I can answer why. It's because in Sheta's head, Sadeas is an elegant, handsome man, even though he's not described that way. And Taravangian is a creepy old man, so she'd never defend him. She only defends hot guys, never creepy guys.
I don't only defend hot guys, Justin.
Okay, who have you defended in here who wasn't?
In here?
In any of these books?
Well, you just said Sadeas wasn't hot, so there you go.
Damn it. I saw your fan casting of Sadeas Sheta.
All right. Okay, and I also thought the whole conversation about authors copying other work was such an on-the-nose throwback to the 2 of them accusing Brandon Sanderson of copying Lost and then finding out they were released in tandem.
I vaguely remember that.
It was something in Mistborn where it's like, and then we looked it up and it's like so close to when that got revealed to like when the episode of Lost was happening.
Yeah, I would never say copy. I'd always say took heavy inspiration from. But I was wrong.
But on a more serious note, thanks for giving me a reason to finally do a reread of Way of Kings. Very excited to continue.
Yay.
I find it so fascinating that a few episodes ago, Justin and Sheta had that long conversation about God's will and free will. Now maybe Sadeas is getting his own visions and such. Then we find out, here that, the God in Dalnar's religion is found out that he's dead. So you have to at least question whether there was a plan to begin with.
God spans all kinds of times and stuff like that. It could be a post him dying.
Like a post him dying plan? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like he planned all of it at once, and now
he didn't seem like a guy with a plan to me. He seemed like he was just desperately saying, like, I'm sorry I failed you. Here's what I can tell you to whoever will listen. It did not seem like he was like...
The fact that he was
what am I thinking of? Like Dumbledore having a whole long-term plan like that.
Oh, yeah, no. Dumbledore's plan was better than this guy's plan. He's like, you could do it to this random guy. Like, to Dalinar, So, again, I feel like Brandon's playing with what the idea of a god is and stuff. And
yeah, he seems very interested in the idea of a being passing down information but not having it fully explained what it is, and then humans need to kind of figure it out, and also figure out what's been manipulated and lied in the midst of all that. It's really interesting that that's been kind of a misunderstood. Yeah, that's been a recurring theme in these books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, it really says, I think he's a guy who wants to be spiritual, but is a little too, like, I don't know, like, not clever, but like questioning to just be
a guy who's into hard really magic, faithful. Needing more rules.
Needing to be in a religion that does not have hard magic rules and trying to square that with himself. That's what he seems like, and I find that so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And then next from Mordurit8727. You guys discussed 1172-89, which was like one of those death rattles. It said like check 1172-89, trying to figure out if it meant something. So then the person says, and I went on a deep dive and found nothing.
Oh.
Yep. And then they go over everything. The format is slightly wrong for Roshar and date. Those need three numbers in the second half, like 1172-3-10-3-4. 4th day of the 3rd week of the 10th month of the year 1172. Without three numbers, and with both given numbers being too high for a day number, 10 months, 10 weeks per month, only 5 days per week, the closest I could get was a death rattle that happened on Koktach, that's Kok Tanat Chach, or in numbers 893. However, that death rattle is from 1173, not 1172. So, who the fuck knows?
My brain just exploded following that, and the ending was, I don't know.
Yeah. It was thus that I came to the very, very sad conclusion that we just don't know. Maybe it refers to a death rattle that was recorded on 11-8-9- any number, and we don't have access to. Or maybe they just put them all in order. It refers to the 89th death rattle collected in the year 1172. Hell, maybe the 1172 has nothing to do with the year, and we have literally zero clues about it. I read the title of the last chapter in the top room as a reference to the story of the Wander Sail. In the story of the Wander Sail, Hoy talks about people who blindly follow the cruel law of the Emperor, but when Darethil and his men investigate the top of the tower, they find that the Emperor was dead all along. Dalinar, Gavilar, and Sadeas conquer the kingdom of Althkar under the idea that their strength meant the Almighty had chosen them to rule. They live as light eyes above dark eyes because that's the system the Almighty allegedly set in place. They live as warriors because the Almighty wants soldiers to fight in his eternal war for the Trinklane Halls. However, when the last vision happens, Dalinar learns a horrible truth. The Almighty has been dead all along.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
Yep.
That's a really good comparison. Yeah.
With these themes that are, what was it? From one of our first sessions, where someone was making fun of all the themes being.
Are you talking about Benioff and Weiss from the Game of Thrones showrunners, where they said themes are for 8th grade book reports?
Yeah. Fucking dipshits. Oh my god. What a bunch of themes are what any writer's going to naturally have if they have a fucking brain or soul. That's my feeling on it.
And if someone could seriously read A Song of Ice and Fire and think, there are no themes to this.
Yeah. I don't see any. I just see a bunch of cool things happening. Oh man, what a couple dip fucks.
And they continue, in my opinion, in the top room refers to the fact that Dalinar, like Darethil before him, has climbed to the top room of the tower and found out that the one supposedly in charge, who's been given the laws and commands, has been dead all along. In the Wandersail tale, the realization destroyed the people because they could not possibly handle the guilt of finding out their actions were their own choice. We'll have to see how Dalinar handles the same realization. The Almighty is dead, and Dalinar's life before and from now on has always been entirely up to him. There's nobody he could blame for his actions. Just like Kaladin had to find out there was no curse on him.
Yep. Responsibility.
This one isn't exactly from me. I saw it somewhere online, but I can't remember where. So I'll just be honest and say didn't come up with it myself. But I love the Ketek of the parts because I think it's a prophecy of Dalinar finding out about the Almighty. Above silence, the illuminating storms. Dying. Storm's illumination. The silence above. Seems to hint at the fact that Dalinar, through living lives and visions that are brought to him in the high storms, is illuminated to the fact that there is silence above. Through the visions, Dalinar discovers that God is dead.
Yeah, for sure. You say you read it online, but I'm going to credit you anyways because I haven't heard it before. So,
and then Reader Warrior, congrats on finishing The Way of Kings. Tosses confetti in the air.
Yay!
You better clean that up, boy.
And then for video games to recommend to somebody, I would recommend Minecraft, Mario Kart, and Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, that took
Mario Kart Wii.
There.
Yeah,
Mario
Wii
Kart Wii was good. I fucking hate the new one. I like the Wii one. No, Double Dash is the funnest shit.
All I remember is I only played Mario Kart Wii a little bit. Is if you use just a controller, it was way too easy.
I didn't say it was hard, but I did get to play as Funky Kong.
And Chapter 70, a good truth. And now, Shallan gets to read the epigraphs of Part 3. Remember, different rating orders had to swear different ideals? Kaladin's, ideal was about protection, it seems. Maybe Shallan's involves seeking the truth.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that's what's been happening to her already, so.
Chapter 71, Zeth finally got an actual chapter. Chapter 4's death rattle is really poignant right now. Gotta farm the death rattle somehow.
No, you don't.
I stand by Taravangian, Sheta. I'm not betraying him like you are.
I never was for him. It's the depth of his secrecy, building these nice hospitals to entice people to come to farm them,
Just smart.
It's too much. It's too evil. People come to you for help, and you're gonna use them and kill them.
If Taravangian was with Capsule, were they working for the same organization?
I don't think they had anything to do with each other.
Chapter 72. In the planet with crab dogs, crab monsters, and crab bugs, it's the crab people that are suspicious?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Never trust a crab person. That was advice I always got growing up.
I would absolutely watch a Wallen or Melland spin-off. Chapter 73. Where did you get that shard blades were given to men by the Spren?
Where does Sheta get anything?
As much as I agree with Justin on the taste thing, I do now have to wonder if being enhanced by Stormlight would affect taste buds.
And how much random shit do I say? I never know what anyone's talking about in comments. What things I said is referenced.
And then Chapter 74. Stone creatures? Like the Thunderclass from the Prelude?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. The Ghost Blood was revealed. Yes. Did Capsule think Shallan was also a Ghost Blood then?
I wonder, because he did say he knew her dad. So yeah, he might have.
Also, Capsule was early 20s, I think. It's not like he was as old as Shallan's father. Although with Sheta, I don't think she'd prefer a love interest who was.
You mean who wasn't as old as a father, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Kaladin hates Light Eyes, though. I doubt he'd want to date one. Oh, Storms, I can already guess that just makes Sheta want it more, and that'll be more interesting that way. I have so many regrets.
Oh yeah, he's gonna find Shallan so annoying.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. No.
But that was
Sheta, you said...
No, he's gonna...
Sheta, you wanted
Shallan,
you wanted the Shallan, Yasna love triangle with Kaladin, so he has two Light Eyes.
Yeah, they're gonna hound him, wanting to experiment with him, and he's gonna be like, "You women, get away from me! You're so annoying." But they're gonna, really be attractive, and he's gonna have to deal with that.
Chapter 75. You have reached the Almighty's voicemail box. What's the one thing that can scare/kill a god? And y'all thought Ruin was a Satan parallel back in Hero of Ages, too.
The one thing that can scare/kill a god is being forgotten. That's my thought. When it has no more worshippers, it has nothing. At least that's how it's done in comic books.
Isn't Warbreaker like that too? Or was that just my theory?
We never saw gods in there. We only,
Well,
so we don't know.
Yeah, the guys in like the Mount Olympus area who needed like people to believe in. Yeah, the returned.
They didn't need people to believe in them.
Well, they needed offerings and things, right?
No, they didn't need them.
Something. Oh yeah, they just needed their breath.
Yeah, they need a breath because if they lost a breath every 8 days, and they always kept them with one, so that way if they ran out of it, they would have died.
Man, they're such...
Yeah, fuck them. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Sure, they saved the day at the end and all, but fuck them.
And then for the epilogue, Talon has returned. So I guess Sheta's theory that he returned centuries ago and is the secret evil force is null, right? Right?
We don't know how long he's been wandering around, right?
Is imagination finite? Will every idea be held, every story already spoken? And then from the
No, because there's infinite combinations. It's like numbers. It never ends. That's my answer. But shades of it, the core idea, I think, has already been told every time. That's my answer.
No way. I think it's essential. It's an essential part of being human to be random ass.
But also, are there infinite concepts? Because if there's a limit of concepts, every variation on them could eventually be put together. I read a thing once saying that if they got AI to be good enough, it could just have every potential thought every human could ever have in all of time. And then our race would basically be over at that point,
And then from the theory segment, again, what makes you think Kaladin will want the shard blade?
He's not going to want it, but he's going to get one anyways.
Yeah, shard blades are not for men who seek it, but have it thrust upon them.
yeah, I like. There you go.
And we have 2 more comments from the Way of Kings wrap-up episode. First from Koval Petro 28. Good wrap-up episode, guys. However, casting Aubrey Plaza as Yasna is strange for me, maybe because I haven't seen her in a serious role. I believe you forgot to cast Hasina as Kaladin's mother. I'll say I didn't.
The mom. Yeah.
I'll say I didn't cast her because this one there was already a really long cast list, and yeah, we had to cut down on some people, and she did not play as big of a role in Kaladin's backstory as Rashon and Liren did. Because we didn't cast Tien or Laurel.
I'll cast her now. Mine would have been Kristen Kruick. That was the only actress I had left over from my criteria. So there you go.
You don't want to save her for a potential female in Words of Radiance?
Well, it's not official. That's who I would have casted. Also, I said no more characters are allowed to be added in Word of Radiance because I'm out of castings.
Yeah. I'll just say it was someone, and she was really good, and Tien was adorable.
Great job, Sheta.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then on you guessing the 3 characters in the interlude, I could have sworn you guessed 2 of them when you did that interlude the first time around. Or I dreamed it all and take it as a compliment of your podcast.
Whoa. You know what? What
I'm
did
sorry
I say?
if you're dreaming about the podcast. That sounds almost nightmarish. Just like, no, don't ship those characters. No. God.
And then from Adel 8. Oh man, that was rough. I would have liked to hear the reaction to the 3 strangers. I totally understand not wanting to know.
Mm-hmm.
When I first went through, I could only guess one of them. When I was told the other 2, I was like, oh, cool. Now I have a dozen more questions that won't be answered anytime soon.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, Sheta, you have your clue. You'll be figuring it out in no time.
I kind of want to guess like every episode.
Every episode.
Until I get it.
You're just going to be like, it's this character.
This week's guess is going to be...
like whatever new character came in, you'll be jumping at every single one.
All right. Yep, so that's this episode. So for next week, we'll finally be starting the book. We will read the prologue through chapter 2. And this one, it's not like the last one. There's only one prologue. There's not a prelude.
Okay.
Because technically, in the beginning of Way of Kings, it was the prelude to the Stormlight Archive, and the prologue is for the prologue to Way of Kings.
Yeah, it was a sneaky move there.
And since we'll start, I will tell you just like the last book, at the beginning of the parts, it tells you the POV characters. So for part 1, Shallan, Kaladin, Dalinar.
Yeah, makes sense.
I was like, oh, did we get it right? No, but we predicted chapter 14, I believe. Or
that's the one we're waiting for.
No, I think chapter 1, I think Justin predicted Shallan and Sheta said Dalinar or Kaladin, I believe. And then for the prologue, I don't remember who was who. One of you said Elokar, the other one said Yasna.
Mm.
Yeah, and then for chapter 14, because that one I had to make sure to write down. Chapter 14, Sheta guessed Dalinar. Justin guessed a new character whose name is Spizzle.
Let's go.
The odds are very good. that it's not Spizzle.
What are you gonna do when Dalisnar's like, I found a new man for your team, Kaladin. He's the greatest fighter in my army. His name is Skizzle. And I'm like, damn it, so close.
Dang it.
All right.
Stupid.
But yeah, that's it. So yeah, everyone, come back next week as we begin our Words of Radiance journey. This one will be longer than Way of Kings.
Whoa.
Way of Kings was 21 episodes. This one's set for 23. All right. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, everyone, read the chapters, and then afterwards,
How's that pie
Maybe-
coming along?
yeah, no one sent us in any pictures of pie. So disappointed in all of you.
Mm-hmm. You're all fired from being listeners in the
Shake
podcast.
my head.
We'll have to get an image of just John Lithgow looking at you very disappointedly. But yeah, that's it. Bye, everyone.
Blah, 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 blah.
Bye-bye.